I'm Molly, and the city that I chose is Seattle. I chose Seattle because I've always wanted to visit the Space Needle. Seattle is located in Kings County, Washington. Here are a couple maps to see where it is in the United States as well as Washington State. The city of Seattle has a population of about 724,000 people. It is best known for its copious amount of rain it receives, as well as the Space Needle, which is 605 feet tall. It is home of the first Starbucks, as well as being the home of 9 other Fortune 500 companies, such as Amazon, Costco, and Microsoft. It is home to 2 universities, Seattle University and Seattle Pacific University. Here is a road map, 2 satellite images, and an aerial image of Seattle. This is a zoning map of Seattle, and here is a closer view of the key. This is a drain and basage map of Seattle, and this is one of the watershed maps of Seattle that also includes the greater Seattle area. Over 80% of Seattle's energy comes from hydroelectric energy, and 40% of the power comes from local hydroelectric power on Skagit and Penn Oriole rivers. The Snoqualmie Falls Hydroelectric Power Project is 30 miles east of Seattle and can support 40,000 households. Fun fact, it is one of the oldest hydroelectric power plants in the U.S. The Gorge Dam is just one dam that's a part of the Skagit River Hydroelectric Project and is located 125 miles away from Seattle. The Skagit River Hydroelectric Project accounts for 20% of the light energy used in the city of Seattle's homes. The Tolt River watershed supplies 217,000 people of the Seattle community with clean drinking water. One way they collect water is by the Tolt Dam. Once obtained, the water undergoes a treatment where ozone, chlorine, and fluorine are added. The water also undergoes a conditioning and filtration treatment, as well as a pH and alkalinity adjustment treatment. The Cedar River watershed supplies the remaining of the Seattle population, which is about 507,000 people. It is collected mainly by dams, one of which being the Landsberg Diversion Dam. Once collected, the water is screened for debris, then chlorine, fluorine, and ozone are added to the water. Next, the water is disinfected using UV light. Finally, lime is added to the water to control the pH acidity. A fun fact is that both of these dams are fed by rivers descending from the Cascade Mountains, which is pretty cool. Both of these water sources are surface water sources. One of the waste treatment plants from Seattle is the West Point Treatment Plant. It currently serves over 787,000 people at or around the city of Seattle. Water waste is discarded into the Puget Sound. Another waste treatment is called Kings County South Treatment Plant. This plant serves 839,000 people. As seen in the operation graphics, both treatment plants are very similar with only small differences from one another. Overall, there are 5 total wastewater treatment plants in Kings County. Carnation Treatment Plant, Brightwater Treatment Plant, and Vashon Treatment Plant, Kings County South Treatment Plant, and West Point Treatment Plant. However, the 2 that I highlighted are the treatment plants that account for almost all of Seattle. About 25 years ago, Seattle was one of the first major cities to implement a curbside recycling program. Now, Seattle residents recycle or compost over half of their waste. The city of Seattle has 2 main recycling centers, including North Transfer Station and South Transfer Station. About 43.8% of Seattle's waste is sent to landfills. Currently, the main landfill in Seattle is the Kings County landfill, but this landfill will shortly fill up. They will then switch to other landfills, such as landfills in Arlington, Oregon, which is about 300 miles away by train. Seattle does have a commercial and industrial solid waste incinerator. In this image, the incinerator is seen as the blue dot. The main way of getting around town is a bus system called Kings County Metro. This metro system can take you practically anywhere around Seattle and has over 220 buses. This first image is an image of the bus system, and the second image is an image of all the different ways you can get around Seattle. These may include the Seattle Monorail, Link Light Rail, South Lake Union Streetcar, Sound Transit, and Kings County Water Taxi. The Seattle Monorail is a good way from going from downtown Seattle to the center of Seattle within 2 minutes. Link Light Rail is the transportation to and from the airport. The South Lake Union Streetcar goes from South Lake Union to downtown Seattle. The Sound Transit includes both train and bus transportation. Finally, the Kings County Water Taxi takes people from downtown Seattle to West Seattle and Vashon Island. A newer addition to Seattle is that they have added 7 miles of protected bike lanes since the end of 2020. These lanes were created to help bikers get from downtown to South Seattle. Seattle Parks and Recreation, also known as SPR, manages 6,441 acres of over 489 parks and other natural areas. This includes tennis courts, athletic fields, play structures, gardens, along with 25 miles of boulevards and 120 miles of trails. SBR's park and recreation sites account for 12% of the land in Seattle. SBR also owns facilities such as 24 community centers, 8 indoor pools, 2 outdoor pools, 3 environmental education centers, 2 craft centers, 4 golf courses, and an outdoor stadium. One of Seattle's sustainability initiatives is called SCRAP, or Kings County Strategic Climate Action Plan. The goal of SCRAP is to integrate green solutions in all aspects of Seattle's community. The West Duwamish Greenbelt is the city's largest remaining contiguous forest. It is about 500 acres. Because of the large amount of rain, Seattle is the perfect habitat for green roofs. In total, the city has about 5 acres worth of green roofs, but is looking to expand on this idea. Fun fact, Seattle City Hall actually has a green roof. Seattle's HOV lanes are allowed for 2 or more people in the car. Sometimes it is 3 or more people depending on the time of the day. Seattle has many community gardens, many of which are under the Pea Patch program. The Pea Patch program is in charge of 89 pea patches, a total up to an area of 33.7 acres. Seattle is currently undergoing what they call their comprehensive plan, which is a 20-year vision of the roadmap of Seattle's future. This includes creating more jobs, buildings, public transportation, and dictating their future capital investments. Their choices and plan is centered around community, environmental stewardship, economic opportunity and security, and race and social justice. This plan will help build Seattle to be a better city in ways that will help people feel more safe, as well as being conscious of our current climate crisis and doing what they can to help solve this large and time-sensitive issue. Thank you for watching.